All right, welcome. We're going to get into dashboard and the core analytics of rankmonster.ai. So let's hop into it. If you're in your dashboard, this is like the command center, okay, of RankMonster. It gives you an immediate bird's eye view of your actual brand's visibility across the AI landscape, and it will provide actionable insights and steps to improve it. So we're going to go through a quick breakdown. We're going to start with this portion here at the top, AEO. SEO. So you could switch from one to the other. All right. So if you click on SEO, obviously this is if you have to connect your Google Search Console to this, right? At the very top, like I said, so AEO mode is basically displays your visibility across the 6 major AI engines: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, Copilot, Google AI. I think it's actually Google AI Overview and Grok. SEO mode will just switch to the view so you can see your actual Google traditional search console, right? And so when you click on that, you can just connect if you don't, obviously this one's connected already. It will show you the queries, the top queries from Google search, right? And we've added this feature for you to go in and out very easily, okay? So it'll show you your SEO and you could go to your AEO portion. So your AI visibility score and run history is right here on this page, right? So it does tracking over time. The line chart shows your progress, right? As you publish more content, you should see this line trending to an upward place, right? And you could also understand your run history. Okay, so this is the visibility over time. This is the tracked. If you have this feature, you could just click into and click the view to understand the mentions as well. And you can see where you're being mentioned and how many times for which prompt, okay? And so this will help you understand more of a detailed version of where you're specifically being mentioned in which LLM down to the T, okay? And so let's go down to this section here. You could actually click this here to review your test run and your run history. So your run history is basically, like I said, all the way at the bottom, there's a little button that I just pressed. It says click to view your run history. This allows you to look back at previous scans to see exactly what the AI engines were saying about you weeks or even months ago, okay? And so as you can see each run, and you can see each specific piece from each run on the dashboard, okay? And it'll give you where you were viewed at in obviously each one for which and where it showed up on each provider, okay? So it shows a full run history inside of Claude and all these different platforms for you, okay? So let's go back to the dashboard. Excellent. So the inside the competitor landscape, so let's discuss competitor landscape here. Right over here. So you could also view your competitor landscape. Ideally, competitors are really stealing your AI recommendations, or the competitor landscape section actually breaks down exactly who is being recommended when your brand it might be ignored. Okay, it calculates the share of voice, so you can actually identify exactly which competitors you need to work on outperforming. And so that's here in this section here, okay? And so you could view that, you could add here, you could add a competitor, delete a competitor, and then it will basically show it based off of the actual cached history from the last run that you did, okay? And so let's talk about the GEO compliance scanner here at the top here. The GEO compliance scanner is a generative engine optimization scanner on your site. It will give you an overall score here, and it will show you where you're indexing and where you're not indexing. So it'll talk about your indexing presence. It'll review the ecosystem, which is if you have active profiles on maybe Trustpilot, G2, Capterra, Clutch, and where you want to start working on increasing your visibility with generative engine optimization, okay? And so it will actually do the scan. It will show you where you're not checked off at, and then obviously other compliance checks on the site, HTTPS, robots.txt present, and then it'll tell you where you need to fix. So as an example, this one needs a fix here, okay, for meta description. And then this site has everything passed already except that one, okay? So it'll do a full geo compliance scanner on the site so you can understand what that is, okay? So let's go into client reporting now. This is for if you're running an agency account, obviously the reports are the best. So let's just click on the report here. Let's just copy this password link, open the report. and view the report, okay? And so in here, this ideally is where you could understand, it generates a permanent password, as you saw. The page contains a very client-friendly recap of citations, share of voice, a 30-day summary. The link never changes, so your clients could bookmark it, and you could share and click the link and share these reports with either your client report, or obviously if you're not working this for your customers, and if you're an agency, you could just do this for your own brand, so you can know where you were 30 to 60 to 90 days prior to where you're at now after posting content, increasing citability and growth and mentions. You'll see that obviously through time here. So this is a quick little, let's just go through a little background here. So you can see the results, the engines, okay? Mentions through time. So when we started with the brand as an example, they had none. And now they're growing. And then obviously cited content has increased because obviously the content that they're producing from April, May, June, July has increased, a tremendous point, because obviously they're writing a lot of content on the site, okay? This is the competitor presence, share of voice. Your specific this is the top cited sources for where the citations are coming from. So screens, LinkedIn, this is the company's cited sources. The majority of them are coming from the actual company brand themselves, which is great. LinkedIn is one of the cited sources for these searches, YouTube, right? Reddit, and all these companies, okay? Then it actually shows your content that AI engines cite. And if you're an agency, right, and you want to show these reports to your customers, this is great. The goal here is obviously of course, if you're a brand, you looking at this for your own brand is really, really important, so you can see what the top cited is, which pieces are actually converting to cited sources for AI to actually pull, okay? And then what you did this month, how many citations gain, and brand mentions gain, 15 of your page cited by AI, 34 content pieces shipped across 3 channels. So we shipped 34 content pieces for the brand delivered this month. So this is something that's really important for you to make sure that you understand, and you're able to understand, because everybody wants to know, well, where am I at? How did we grow? Okay, and what did we do better? And then the last piece we're going to go over is called Feed the Monster. I talk about this in one of the other videos, but again, let's just go through it here because it's specifically for the dashboard. You could come in here and you could feed the content from your actual blog site links. If you already have a lot of written content on your brand, you want to link this content here. And if you just have documents on your content, you could add in statistics, paste it, copy it in here, insights, case studies, industry data, general data or information about it, and then you could also link your content. This is for your content generation system to write more on brand. So you have to, when you actually understand this portion, this is what's going to help you increase your visibility, increase your brand content, so it actually writes more on brand for you. All right, excellent. We're done with this one. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.